Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. Tonight I'm going to be doing a sketch of Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch in the 80s classic Predator. Fantastic movie, one of my all-time favourites. I get asked a lot what my process is when I'm drawing caricatures, how I get the likenesses. Obviously I'm quite very well known for my ability to capture a likeness, and I have a very specific sort of process that I go through when I am drawing, which I'll talk you through as I'm sketching this evening. So without any further ado, let's get going. I'll pop this to one side and we'll give it a whirl. Okay, right. First of all, I should say I chose this particular reference image just because not only is it a really strong likeness of 80s Arnold, but there's just some really cool kind of angles and contrasts and things going on. And it's just a fairly iconic pose. I thought it might be quite a fun one to draw. So we'll just see how we'll get on. Okay. Right, now, first of all, what I'll do... oh, I've lost it already. There we are. Right, so what I will do with any studio job always is to just begin by whacking in a very, very loose structural drawing in coloured pencil. Okay, so I'm going to start with the head up here, so we'll just start with an oval. I'll indicate the centre line of the face. Eyes are kind of about there. So, and he's kind of got a long, thin nose like that. So when I'm starting out, I'm really not worrying about specifics. I'm just trying to block in roughly where I think everything should go. Okay, and if I get it slightly wrong, that's okay, that's cool. I can always change it later, no big deal. Right, so we'll come out from there like that. Arnold had quite the underbite when he was younger. I don't know what's happened to it as he's got older. It seems to have lessened somewhat. I don't know if he's had a procedure or some sort of cosmetic surgery, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as it once was. Right. Okay, so again you can see I'm really not worrying about the individual hairs and the eyebrows or anything like that. I just want to get the very, very basic shape of them. The one thing I've noticed about Arnold over the years is he has got this sort of puffy area under his mouth, which I'm just going to draw through there. You'll see I won't draw that whole thing later on, but I want it just to be there to get the structure worked out. Right, and that comes down there. Something again that I noticed about Arnold is that his cheekbones, when he got a little bit older, like kind of Terminator 2 time, his cheekbones were a lot more pronounced than they are this time. I don't know if that's just because he lost some of his bodybuilding mass or whatever, or again if he had some sort of Hollywood facelift which made him look slightly different. I don't quite know. Again, just going to draw through to make sure the symmetry's there on his cheekbones. Arnold's neck is looking quite thin here, which is unusual, and I believe it's because a story I heard was that they all got, when they were making Predator in the jungle, Arnold and or whether it's everybody else, they all got dysentery or something like that. They all got really severe stomach bugs from working in the jungle, and lost a lot of weight. So I like the direction this is going. It's there's a sort of recognisable likeness of Arnold already. I'm going to just, his nose is a little bit more button-like on the end, so I'm just going to bring it up a little bit more. I'm just going to block in some of this shadow underneath his eyebrow ridge there. Okay. What I do find when I'm drawing from reference is that no matter how hard I plan, it always comes out at an unexpected size. I can try and start a face to fill a certain space on the page, and it almost without fail comes out a different size. It's too big, it's too small, or whatever. I used to worry about that a lot when I was working on commissions and things. In the end, I just thought, you know what the hell. It comes out the size that it does, and I can always change it later. As long as the lightness is there, that's all that really matters. And the exaggeration is there. Right. At this point, I'm just going to put a line in here just to indicate the direction of the arm. Look at that bicep. Plug that in. Okay, that's just... I probably won't get all the hand on, but... I just want to look at where the hand is in relation to the face, so I can see it's kind of, yeah. I'm always making these little measurements every time I'm sort of working on a sketch. Not actual measurements, I don't have a ruler out, but I can see the hand is slightly above the face there, so I can just whack that in. So I can see the palm is sort of level with his mouth. So I'll do that, do that. I mean, in reality, it's probably a bit further away than that, but I'm... There you go. Just suggest these fingers. And the 3 different pads of the hand there. It's probably a little bit big actually, that hand. I might make it smaller. Again, don't worry about making mistakes. I mean, I don't even have an eraser, to be honest with you, at this stage. I'm just sketching it out. It's kind of like sculpting. You know, I'm just sort of trying to pick out the forms that I want to exaggerate. If I don't like a line, I'll just draw another one, you know. And again, that's why I use the coloured pencils, because once I've sort of got some things in that I like, I'll go in with a different colour and kind of finalise those lines somewhat. Right, okay. And make some bold decisions, you know. At this point, I'm really just kind of testing things out to see what it takes to make it look like him. Right. I think Arnold's possibly a bit broader over here. I may just take that ear out a bit, put it on more of an angle. Yeah. Right. So what I shall do now is I'm going to go in with a different colour. I don't always do this. Sometimes I just go straight from the one colour into maybe a black graphite or a dark graphite or a black coloured pencil or something. Because it's so loose and sketchy, I'm going to go in with a different colour, a purple, just to kind of mark out what I need to be, where I need to go from here. Right, so and while I'm drawing, I'm just going to put some tunes on. I'm going to shut up for a while and I'll get some aha on while I'm drawing.
Was that somebody screaming? It wasn't me for sure. I left my head from an easy pirouette, put my feet on the floor, cut my wrist on a bad thought, head for the door.